Hello, this is The Baron Loves Me, and this is my first Minecraft YouTube video, and I'm going to be testing out the new Minecraft Snapshot for 1.7. So here we go. We're going to start a new world. We're going to call it YouTube. And I got a cool seed off of the comments for the Snapshot post. I'm going to turn cheats on, and we're going to look here. There's a new world type, amplified. It says it requires a beefy computer. Mine's not great, but I could still run amplified pretty good. Gotta wait a bit if you have your video render setting on far, but other than that, it's pretty awesome. As far as I can tell, it just makes the biomes a little more extreme. Nothing special, but extreme. So, here we go. Oh, you know what? We're gonna go creative. So let's see what we see. Well, that is something. Look at all that gravel falling. Wow. It is just falling everywhere, isn't it? Let's check our video settings just because I do. I have it on far and I have it on fancy. Fancy. One new thing I noticed right away was the options. There's a button called Super Secret Settings, but as far as I can tell, nothing happens when you press it. The other thing I noticed is the music and sounds. I love this personally because I don't always like to hear all of the mob sounds right away, like super close to me. But it's good if you're like looking for a dungeon. You could turn this one off so you don't hear sheep all the time, or you could turn the weather off if the rain sound annoys you, which I know it drives me crazy. And then also you can turn the music all the way down, which is what I usually do. So that's one thing that I noticed. Another thing that was already revealed on the forums is the mix and match resource packs, which I think is great because I like to use a sound pack and a texture pack. So that way you can really get the most out of your resource packs. Okay, let's go back and see what there is to see. Wow. So, let's see. This is a plains biome. From what I've read, there's lots of new biomes, which that's why I picked this seed because it's supposed to be pretty close to a mesa biome. Oh, look at that. That's a wall. Just a wall. So we're going to fly and just see what there is to see. I love that most of this is just floating around. Just stuff, just floating around. Okay, here's a new feature that I love. Flowers. I'm a girl, so of course I love flowers. Here are you'll notice they made a whole tab just for the new flowers. Not really. They just put the flowers on the tab. And I love that. Here's some of them, at least the ones that are in the creative menu. It's the dandelion, which has always been called the dandelion. But I guess people are saying that they didn't notice that it was called the dandelion. I don't know if it was titled differently. I always just called it that. So I don't know. And there's the poppy, which, you know, if you walk around, it looks a lot like your old roses. But I think they've gotten rid of the roses completely and just as a single flower because now they have the new rose bushes. And here's one of those right there. This is one of those rose bushes. So that's pretty cool. Where is that? Oh, down here. See, there's the rose bush. So here's some of the other flowers. There's the blue orchid, allium, azure bluette, red tulip, orange tulip, white tulip, pink tulip, oxeye daisy. I love the oxeye daisy. I think those ones are great. And the sunflower, which they've said will help you determine directionality as far as like east or west. Then there's the lilac, double tall grass, which I heard you can create by using bone meal on normal tall grass. There's a large fern, rosebush, and the peony. Wow, that water just came out of nowhere there, didn't it, while we were talking? Okay. Oh, wow, that's a view. Holy moly. So here we go. Let's go look and see what else we can find. Now, some people were saying that they were having trouble, like, finding wolves, and in a previous instance of this snapshot that I went through, I I did just spawn in the middle of some wolves, and then also some people were having trouble finding horses, but I haven't seen any issues personally. I did find some horses regularly in a plains biome, like you do. So here we are, still in plains. And you can hear, the footsteps of the pigs, no problem. And like I said earlier, you can just turn that off. Because there's nothing more annoying than pigs making all that noise. So it's like your own in-game equalizer, which is great. Here's one thing. It's in two pieces, but when you break it, it breaks the whole thing. So I don't know how that's going to affect growth if you plant it, or what blocks you can put on top of it, or if you can. I haven't even sorted that out or looked at it yet. So I'm really wanting to see some of the new biomes. They're supposed to be... Oh, look, we found a village. Now that is an interesting spawn of a village, but not the craziest I've ever seen. But it's definitely interesting. This whole patch of grass is above the farm here. Oh. I know, he finds it just about as interesting as we do. Alright, well, I'm going to pause it now, and I will come back as soon as I find one of the special biomes, and we'll take a look at that. Okay, so I've flown around a little bit, and I found some of the new biomes. Here's one. You can tell it's a lot like our old swamps, but it is different. There's a lot more land, more shallow, and a lot more lily pads, I guess. So you can kind of just walk around. And I love that the blue flowers are mostly found in the swamplands, as far as I could tell. Another thing, another new biome right over here is what's called the roofed forest. Oh, I forgot to turn the music off. Bye-bye, music. You're nice and all, but I'm doing a video. Jeez. Anyway, here's the roofed forest. Now, I don't know if they'll be changing the types of trees. Right now, these are obviously different sort of setup. They're very square trees with some overhangs here, but if you chop them down, there's just spruce wood. The other great thing about this biome is that it spawns giant mushrooms. So now you don't have to go all over your map trying to find a mushroom biome. You can just find a roofed forest. So as far as I can tell, roofed forests have a mix of these two different trees, regular oak trees and these giant spruce things. I don't know if they're going to call them like redwoods or change the wood at all, but for now they're just spruce. But it is a snapshot, so you kind of come to expect those kind of things. Another biome, which is just weird, is a birch forest. Now if you look over here, it's sort of mountainous, but there are a lot of birch trees. I feel like if it wasn't so mountainous, you'd see a lot more of the birch trees, but this is what they are calling a birch forest. As you can tell, it's because there's a lot of birch in there. So these are a couple of the cool things that are in the new snapshot, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you can get updated. You can do that with the new launcher that came out with 1.6. Oh, froze a little bit there. So I really recommend you test it out. See what's new. Um, oh, you know what? Let's go over some of the other stuff that I noticed just right off the bat. If you look, there's a new dirt block called Podzol, I think. It kind of just looks like peat moss, if you ask me. You know, some people were saying it kind of looks like it's got like uh, leaves, like the bottom of a forest, where the leaves and the grass sort of rot together. Let's see. There's a new thing called packed ice. It's down here at the bottom. It's a lot like regular ice, but it is not see-through. You'll notice regular ice. You know, if you cover it with water, you can kind of see through it. It has that transparent effect, but packed ice is very opaque, as it were. The other thing that really was awesome is the new enchantments, Lure 3 and Luck of the Sea 3. I don't personally know what they do yet. I was reading a little bit on the forums, but I don't know exactly what they do. Then there's the new fish, raw salmon, clownfish, and pufferfish. From what I heard, you can use the pufferfish to brew the new potion, water breathing, something like that. I didn't look yet. Oh yeah, splash potion of water breathing. Potion of water breathing. So that looks really cool. I love potions, so that should be fun. Let's see what else. I haven't looked through all the tabs yet, so far just your normal stuff. Let's see. Nothing there. Nothing new there. I am so excited to see like what all they're gonna do with the flowers, if they're gonna make them into recipe things. From what I heard, that's possible. Let's see, anything special here? Nothing new that I can see. Everything seems pretty standard there. There is a new thing I was reading about. That's what happens when you do that. Oh, here. There is a new thing, the /summon. And you can summon different things. One thing I really liked, and one of the first things I did was summon giant. Because who doesn't like a giant hanging around? Hi, Mr. Giant. How are you? Oh, I hit him. I haven't even looked. What all can you summon? Let's see. Oh wow, mushroom cow, chicken, sheep, giant, minecart hopper, oh, you can summon things, not just animals. Oh, I didn't know that. I wonder what monster is. Let's try that. Let's just see what happens. Summon monster. Unable to summon object. Did I spell it wrong? I did not. Unable to summon object. Well, that is interesting. Fireworks, silverfish, villager, eye of ender signal, XP orb. Oh, okay. I was wondering what the ocelot. It's not an ocelot, it's an ocelot. You can summon falling sand. Summon falling sand. Well, I don't see where it went. But then again, it could have fallen. I don't know. Well, that is a fun feature to play with. I highly recommend you do that. Well, I guess some of it doesn't work yet. I don't know. Anyway, I really appreciate you watching my video. Feel free to like, subscribe. I'm hoping to start up my own series, some Let's Plays, check out some new maps, look at snapshots, all that fun stuff. Enjoy the new snapshot, and we'll see you later.